Welcome to the Real Retirees of New Jersey, powered by Liberty Financial Group and Artemis Wealth Advisors.
Income is the outcome that matters most in retirement. Let me repeat that. Income is the outcome that matters most in retirement.
Randy and Peggy Fisher want to help you retire once and retire right.
You know, Randy, I have stolen that line. Income is the outcome that matters the most in retirement. I have said that so many times, and I do not give you credit, but I just want you to know you make me sound smarter.
I should get the royalties.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead and send me an invoice.
Yeah.
Go ahead and send me
For the pennies every time you said it.
Here's my Venmo. Go ahead and send me
the magical penny.
Yes, the magical
penny.
penny.
Are we back to the magical penny?
No, we're not. We're not.
No, I will send you a magical penny every time I say it.
Double it every day.
Double it. And then we're back at it. $12 million. Go hear that show.
10.7.
Thanks for listening to the Real Retirees of New Jersey podcast, all powered by Liberty Financial Group and Artemis Wealth Advisors. Randy Fisher is here. Peggy Fisher is here. The Real Retirees of New Jersey.com. Find that link and the phone number here in the show notes. But real quick, to give a recap, Peggy and I, we did not believe you. You said you have a penny, and if you double it, you eventually get to how much?
Double it every day for 30 days, for a month. You get to $10,700,000.
I still don't believe that.
That's because you can't do math.
And
if you miss a day or two, it like destroys the return, right?
Yep.
And I was like, you are full of it. There is a gas leak in your office. That cannot be true. Sure enough, he sent us the link.
I know.
He broke it down, and hear that full conversation here in the archives of one of the shows here of the Real Retirees of New Jersey. Now, we're here, which means
We didn't win the lottery.
$1.7 billion.
Yeah, we could
That was
have.
a lot of money.
If we cleared it
Well, you know what was a shame?
cash-wise.
The
Yeah.
number one recipient?
This drives Randy's nuts.
The number one recipient of the lottery
is
the federal government.
Yes, Uncle Sam. So what you
Think
were
about
saying,
that.
Rand?
$1.8 billion.
What did it give you? 500.
You walked away with $487,000 in cash.
Yeah, almost 500,000. 500
What?
million.
Million.
Yeah, million.
A million,
Only.
excuse me.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
you could have said 1,000. I've been like, yeah, that sounds about right for the government.
And then what do they do with that money?
It's
what's
supposed to go to the better
Yeah,
good
or
of
what?
society,
Yeah,
right?
Is it though?
It's supposed to go to education because we're so smart in this country.
Gender study
Right?
of a sloth in South Africa.
This is bull crap.
Yes.
You know, it's one of those things with the lottery, though. I don't want $1 billion. I really do. I mean, that will ruin your life. Listen, lottery gods, if you're listening, sweet baby lottery gods, Mark Owens here.
Yeah. Peggy Fisher as well.
I don't need $1 billion. I'm happy with $5, $6, $7 million. I don't want to be greedy by any means because I think $1 billion would change your life and not for the better.
Yeah, well, you always watch those shows. Like on 2020, did a show on that of all the people who won like the really high lotteries.
Mm-hmm.
They either ended up dead. There was a killing in the family. Something was somebody was trying to come after them.
Yep.
They went crazy. There's nothing. I mean, we want to think like.
Well, they say you have to go get off the grid, like get a new phone. I don't want to go through all that. It's supposed to be the best time of my life.
I know.
I don't have to change my phone number, because you know all your cousins and friends. And
everybody's looking for you.
Yeah, hey
everybody.
man, we had biology together. Remember that? Now listen, I got a mortgage. Can you help a brother out?
Well, they had that as a question on the radio show the other day, and they were saying, what was the first thing that you would do? And the one smart person said, everybody was like, I'm going to buy a boat, I'm going to buy that. And the one person said, hire security immediately so no one can come after me because, that's the big thing.
But it is fun, though, to play What If. It is fun.
Oh, I was playing What If. I was playing What Ifs every day with my guy down at the Krausers there.
Now, okay, let's do the completely irresponsible because I'll be the irresponsible Mark Owens if I were to win life-changing money. Private jet. I'm swinging by. I'll literally land a helicopter on your front lawn, pick y'all up, take you to the airport, jump on a private jet, and we're going to Vegas, baby.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yes, we are.
We're talking drug kingpin weekend. Like, we're blowing through a lot of that money real fast because I am
so good. I'm so excited.
irresponsible.
Yeah.
Now, what's your irresponsible bucket list, your dream?
That's a good one. Irresponsible.
Oh, come
bucket
on.
list?
You've never fantasized about this? You've never fantasized if I were to.
Yeah, no. I am fantasizing with you. Here we go. So yeah, like with me, you, Randy, we're all on one of those yachts, the billionaires' yachts, and we are, I'm in Cannes, France, is where I'm at. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm doing.
That is fancy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm going where the rich people go.
Dude, I will get me a brand new sparkly Speedo. What about you, Randy?
Sparkly Speedo.
I said brand new. Not the one I have, all the sparkles fell off. I'd get me a new one.
That's a sad sight right there.
Oh, I can't wait.
Visualize it.
On our yacht. Okay, Mark?
Whatever you're doing today, driving to work, running some errands, doing some yard work, I hope you visualize.
I'm good. I don't have to dream. I love my life.
You are a liar.
He's such a liar.
I was coming to work the next day.
Yeah, I don't think I'd quit.
No.
I think, I blame my dad for that one. He kind of put a pretty good workout. I'd always be doing, because, and I guess let's flip it to what you do for the adults you serve into and through retirement. How many people say, I finally retired? Boom, that's like hitting the lottery. But then they're like, I'm bored.
Now what?
Yeah.
They are.
Now what?
Yeah, it's true.
Now what?
What are those conversations like?
Well, those are.
We do have a lot of those conversations, actually. We call it the emotional shock of retirement, right? Mm-hmm. And I always give, I have the two ends of my dad who never wanted to retire. He was a police officer and he loved his job. He loved getting his coffee in the morning. He loved, going to the job, loved his job since he was 18 years old, said he never wanted to retire. The day he retired, he fell in a parking lot, had a stroke, and was never well since then. Okay. And it's like you knew that. Now, the other side is my mom, who saved her whole entire life, retired at 55. And right now, currently, she's in Africa with my son, having the time of her life. So those are the two.
With a little luck, she don't get home.
Those are Randy's hoping for that because she's going to see those gorillas, Mark. You know, when you go, you're like,
you get like your face ripped off.
Gorillas in the mist. No way. So that was, you talk about bucket list. So that was her bucket list.
She goes there like every year.
And that's what she's doing. But that just goes to show you the other end of an awesome retirement. Saved her whole entire life, retired by 55. Most people can't do that. And now is, at 72 years old, hamming it up in Africa.
Yep.
With my son, having a good time.
Travel companion.
Her travel companion. You need one of those.
Not going to Atlantic City, not going to the boardwalk, going to Africa.
Well, and it's so funny that you just said Atlantic City because that was my other client who was just on the phone with me. She's like, I'm having the time of my life. I said, what are you doing? She goes, I'm in Atlantic City. She goes, I got comp rooms. I'm sitting on the top 30th floor looking out to the ocean. She goes, I know to most that don't sound great, but to me it is. So it's funny that you say that, Mark, because so many different people, that's her happiness, right?
Everybody's got a different viewpoint, right?
It really is.
There's some people that want to scratch off in a cup of coffee, and other people want to go to Africa.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It's so true. And some people want to sit on the 30th floor of Atlantic City Hotel and look outside.
Do you find that anybody that, like we talked earlier about getting off the grid, do you find anybody that just wants to shut it down and like, all right, listen, I've worked hard my whole life. I've been busy my whole life. I'm ready for that no-go aspect?
No,
not really.
I don't know anybody. No. Honestly, no. Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah, it is good.
In today's day and age, you just can't do it.
No.
Right? I mean, think about it. Shut off your phone for a couple hours and see what happens.
Yeah.
Actually, that sounds amazing.
It would be relaxing.
It would be amazing.
Right? But think of the anxiety that you'd have, and then think of all the crap that you have when you turn it back on.
Yeah. It is true.
It would be blowing up. Where are you? Can't find you. Where have you been?
Yeah, yeah. Or even like you say, something.
It's an electronic shackle.
I got something happened with Facebook where I couldn't get on for some reason. And
I'm not allowed.
Well, you're not allowed, but I just couldn't get on for some reason. And I was down for like almost a week. And I was like having anxiety. And then when I got back on, I'm like you go scrolling through. I'm like, see what happens? 3 people died. I didn't know this. Like, you don't even know. It's like it's those things. It's crazy. Like, you try to shut that down.
And what would have happened if you didn't have Facebook?
I don't know.
Why did you just gloss over the fact that Randy can't get on Facebook? He's kicked off of Facebook?
He's kicked off of Facebook.
A couple times.
Yeah. He can't be on
Twitter,
Facebook.
all those things.
No. Because he'll engage with the crazies, going back and forth to some, and Randy, it's like there is no buffer. We're going 0 to 1,000 in a quick second.
No filter.
Yeah, there's no filter. So Facebook can't handle that.
Like that. You're the person who got a restraining order on social media.
Yeah, that is Randy.
Like I don't even want to reapply. They send me notifications just don't even bother.
Yeah, but you know what, Rand? Let's say this to you: how calm are you now? I mean, that's another whole aspect of it. You're so calm. It's crazy because you're not.
Did she just say that I'm calm?
Yeah, well,
she never says I'm calm.
Calmer. You heard that, Mark.
Was it
Yeah, you're calmer. But no, it's like there's no time to engage in all that. You know what I'm saying? It just brings your blood pressure up to a whole nother level. Yes. You know what I do?
I just type. To contend with in this world.
What I do is type. Does everybody out there do this? I type that I'm writing angrily to you. I'm typing back. And then I go erase. But it makes me feel good knowing that I said it to nobody. But myself.
That's called no balls.
No, that's called just, you have to keep it calm in life. You can't engage with crazy.
I love blasting stupid.
And we talk about that. There's so many, even in our business, right? Like you have to watch what you say. Some people might not want to do business if they see.
I'm not concerned about that.
Well,
don't
you're
do business.
not, but
if you don't want to do business with me because of what I believe, fine.
Yeah, but
guess what? I don't want to do business with you because you don't believe. That's stupid.
Yeah, but it's also
that's like saying, I don't want to do business with you because you eat Cheerios.
Well, no, that's not. No, if you eat Cheerios, you're okay.
Oh, Cheerios are good.
Cheerios
them
are
Honey
okay.
Nut Cheerios, folks. Let me tell you something about them.
Don't do Honey Nuts.
Those apple spice ones put you over the top.
If you're a pumpkin spice latte fan, oh man, you gotta have words.
You're out.
That's it. Done.
It's the world has become dumb.
Yeah, but it's not even that. It's about just keeping calm. Like you can't engage with crazy because you know what it is? You can't, the way that I believe it is in life. Listen, we all have different opinions about things, but you can't be in an argument 24/7 with somebody.
If you're mentally that effed up that you can't have a conversation with people about whatever, or you can't be friends because they're on one side of an aisle and another, you're mentally incapacitated.
Yeah.
But
you're so put over the top. I mean, that derangement, you should just get a big thing and put it around your neck with a big DT on it. Just walk around. I am Donald Trump.
I got the TDS. But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
For what you do, Randy, and I'm going to defend that, no filter attitude. Sometimes when you're building strategies, you're putting plans together, you're having the hard conversations, Randy, we as adults, we need somebody to be brutally, almost painfully honest with us.
Well, I mean, just take this year for consideration, right? The portfolio managers that are out there right now, they are swimming upstream as hard as they possibly can to get returns put on their exchange traded funds or their mutual funds because their derangement syndrome and their political bias basically screwed them over for the first 9 months out of the year. Because all of their ideas and ideology about what they thought was going to happen. Tariffs were going to blow up the world and cause multiple, levels of inflation and blah, 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 blah. Guess what? Nothing happened, right? So they're behind the 8 ball. If you avoided the noise and stuck to the strategies that are available, I mean, our returns are absolutely off the charts this year. I mean, I'm not kidding you, off the charts. We've got clients calling saying they think something's wrong on their statement because the number just doesn't seem calculable. And I'm like, listen, I don't put the numbers together. They're on Fidelity. They're on Schwab. So have fun, right? Go call them and you can quantify and clarify it. But it's 100% true. But it's stick to the strategies that are available and have discipline. And if you do that, everything works out. When you start to take emotion and you take emotion and biases and you pull it into your strategy, that skews the entire portfolio and it makes what you're doing guessing instead of making it an art. And literally investing for the long haul is an art. It really is, because you have to stick to your guns and you have to make sure that you're sticking to the strategies that got you there in the past. And you're using trends and analysis and all this other stuff that's out there, but you're not taking personal opinion, right? So you're taking facts and data. There's a difference between facts and data and opinion. And when you do that, you get the results that you're looking for. When you take opinion and you take emotion, you get the other results that you're not looking for. And that's basically you're jumping in and out of something, or you're second guessing what's going on. You're behind the 8 ball. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a terrible strategy to go with, especially when you're playing around with your nest egg. Yeah. We've seen people that have been on the sideline for the whole year.
Oh, yeah.
Going broke safely because they're enamored by fear, right? They're absolutely just like stuck in quicksand that they're not moving. Then there's other people that right now they're taking every possible chance in the world to try to make up for any potential cost loss that they have, saying, well, I'm behind the 8 ball now. I really have to make this up. So now they're taking more risk than they're supposed to. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have a constant, steady game plan, you're basically just, I guess I say it this way, pissing money away.
Yeah.
You really are.
You said going broke safely. Can you define that for me?
Yeah, going broke safely is like putting money in a coffee can, putting money in a bank, putting money in stable accounts that don't make any money.
Right.
We came across 4 or 5 people in the past week or so that came in for reviews from our workshops. And some of their portfolio inside their 401k, one of the largest sections is something called Stable Value Fund. And Stable Value Fund, ladies and gentlemen, essentially is a money market account. So you get no dollar cost averaging when you're putting money in there. There's no fluctuation. You're not buying it any cheaper. You're not buying it any more expensive, and it's not accumulating to anything. So yes, there's no fluctuation in more or less a downward pressure. Like you're not going to lose money there, but you're not making anything.
Yeah.
So if inflation is growing, and it's still there, inflation has been tamed, but it's been down. So let's just say it's 3%, because historically over a 30-year window, I mean, everybody's like crazy about a 3% inflation rate. Historically, every advisor that's out there takes into consideration inflation at a 3% rate.
Right.
So if it's 3% and that's constant, if your money's not growing by more than 3%, you're not even keeping up with inflation. Forget about taxes.
You're in trouble.
So in order to actually overcome inflation and tax pressure on your money's got to do something like 4.5% just for it to be in the black instead of being in the virtual red. So that's what I mean by going broke safely. So some people are like, oh, I'm getting 4% or I'm getting 3.5%. Well, that's good if you're comparing it to 4 years ago, because 4 years ago, the rate was 0.
Yeah.
Right. So you're getting 400 more percentage rates than you're getting, then. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, you're behind the 8 ball because milk and eggs and bacon and clothing and gas is still growing far.
Exactly.
Right. So that's what I mean by going broke safely.
So this time of the year, Peggy Fisher.
Yeah.
RealRetireesOfNewJersey.com. Feel free to reach out anytime, 908-844-8337. All this information, you can find it here in the show notes. We talked about it like we're into September, football, college, NFL. We're starting to get ready for the holidays. What should we as adults, retirees, pre-retirees, what should we be focusing on the most regarding our strategies, our financial future?
Well, I just think you actually have to take a look at it. We've had so many people that I've talked to recently. Well, I really didn't want to do anything yet, and they're in this like stagnant.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, like let's do it now. Like what? Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting till Christmas? Why are we waiting until Thanksgiving? Why are we waiting to everybody? And it's so funny. Everybody has an excuse. They all have an excuse.
When you think about this, there's no urgency, right?
Yes.
If you went to a doctor and the doctor said, "Hey, listen, I think you got cancer. Let's go for a test." You're going like that afternoon, right?
I'm going that
day.
hour. No, I'm going that hour.
Right? Yeah. There's no thinking about
exactly.
it. Right? Yeah. If you went to a financial advisor and says, listen, your finances are screwed up. You need to basically make some changes here in order to basically make sure that you're never going to run out of money, or you're going to retire properly, or you're going to basay meet your needs. You know what they say? Well, let me think about it.
Yeah, let me think about it.
Let me think about it. What the hell are you thinking about?
I know. We say it all the time. What's the thought? Why don't we go through this? Tell me what we're thinking about. Well,
it's an excuse.
It is an excuse not to do.
It's
like
actually a fear mechanism.
It is a fear mechanism, 100%.
It's what exactly it is.
Yeah.
That was the original name of this show. What the hell are you thinking about with Peggy and Randy Fisher?
I can't wait till they name the podcast.
Exactly.
What the hell are you thinking about?
Exactly.
But it is true. It's a fear mechanism. And think about this. You go to a store, you walk through the glass doors, you start walking around. Someone says, can I help you? You say, what do you say? Oh, I'm just browsing.
I'm looking. I'm looking.
Meanwhile, you're in there for a specific screwdriver or something, right? And you're never going to find it unless you ask the damn question.
Yeah.
Right? Or paint color or whatever the hell else it is, right? Clothing. But it's a mechanism basically to put off saying, no, I'm not buying something right now.
Right. I'm not.
Or no, I'm not doing this right now. I can't make a decision right now. It's a fear mechanism is what it comes down to. When people can lower their guard and say, you know what, maybe I need a little bit of help. Do I have an open mind about this?
Yeah.
That's when good things happen. And it doesn't mean that you still have to make a decision.
Yeah.
It means that you've made a decision because you made a decision not to do something.
Right. And when it comes to your money, people just have that fear mechanism in them. Oh my God, am I going to have enough? But I don't really want to talk about this right now because then.
Or the better ones are.
Yeah.
Or the better ones who come in, they spend 2 hours with us.
Yeah.
We find 5, 6, 7, 8 things that can potentially change.
Yeah.
And they say, well, I'm going to talk to my advisor about that.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Why isn't your advisor talking
Why didn't your
to you?
advisor do these 6, 7, or 8 things?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Well, that's a great question.
Right. Well, then why are we going back and talking to the advisor? I should have been talking to you about that.
That's like saying I went to the doctor and he found cancer, but my other doctor didn't.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to the first doctor.
Yeah,
what?
right. It doesn't make sense.
Makes no sense.
Right.
What the hell are you thinking about?
What are you thinking?
What are you thinking about? Right. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
908-844-8337. Now, we've got to hit pause on this week's Real Retirees of New Jersey podcast, but you brought something up. We got to have a longer form conversation in our next show. Why are adults so reluctant to call you? Don't answer this now. I'm going to give you time to think about it because you just mentioned it. You know, we call a doctor when we're concerned about our health. So why are we not calling you when we're concerned about our financial future? That is a tease, if you will. I'm going to give you a minute to think about it because we got to hit pause for right now. We invite you to get more at therealretireesofnewjersey.com or give the team a call at any time at 908-844-8337. Find all that information here in the show notes. Peggy and Randy, as always, thank you so much. And thank you for listening and subscribing and streaming The Real Retirees of New Jersey, all powered by Artemis Wealth Advisors and Liberty Financial Group.
We are an independent financial services firm helping individuals create retirement strategies using a variety of financial and insurance products to custom suit their needs and objectives. Investment advisor services offered through Artemis Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendation to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. Artemis Wealth Advisors is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Please consult with your attorney, accountant, and or tax advisor for advice concerning your particular circumstances. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Randolph A. Fisher, insurance license number 9616074, and Liberty Financial Group, LLC, and Peggy Fisher, national license number 189-42003 and 570-5833.